Also, what I'd like to ask you in this regard then is that at what point did you spiritually make the decision, emotionally prepare yourself for the consequences? At what point did you decide you were going to do this? Tell me about like when and what's happening in the background for you. What are you listening to? What are you getting ready with? What du'as are you reading? What's happening on the day of? Just kind of walk me through the lead up to that moment, inshallah ta'ala, spiritually for you, if you don't mind me asking.
For me, like a big trigger that just meant, okay, this is right, this is the right thing to do, was this event that Vanya and I disrupted was on a restricted basis. Like you had to enter a raffle, and like there were conditions to be able to access it. And like when I submitted my raffle entry to the event, during the like all the days between submitting the entries and then hearing back, I was just praying istikhara every night for Allah to just make this whole disruption plan and easy if it is the right thing. Like every single night, I would just after Isha pray istikhara, and then a few days later, out of like many people that had like submitted to get access to the event, I got access, and to me that was just a sign that after like 7 days of istikhara, that Allah is placing me in this position where I can speak for the oppressed. That for me was just a sign to go ahead with it. This is what I must do to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and use my voice for justice as he instructed us. So that was like, I would say, the main trigger that just set things on that path. And then because the event was in Eid week, that meant that all the work for planning for it, doing all the email writing, happened in the month of Ramadan. And throughout Ramadan as well, I want to say like more than half of my tahajjud du'as, which was just for Allah to ease every step of the process. Like I would just pray, Allahumma yassir kul khatwa fi hadhihi al-mudahara every single day. And just throughout the month of Ramadan, things kept lining up in a way that was incredible. Like we were not expecting to know like the setup, for example, and then we received that information. There was I was connected with someone helping with like communications to Muslims of big tech, which is exactly something else that I wanted to like email within the company. Like things just kept lining up, subhanallah, to make this planning for the action so smooth that I felt it in my heart that Allah was on our side, and Allah was guiding us to be put in this position of protest. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah. And so you then find yourself walking into the event. When someone's about to speak, a lot of times they would say, Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli. Like I can think of the nervousness about giving a khutbah in a very large masjid or speaking to a large gathering, or being at a protest, right? That maybe things are a bit unsettling around. But in your situation, I can imagine that it probably felt very lonely when you walked in, right? And that was there any anxiety? Was there anything that sort of came to mind? Did you feel a sudden sense of tranquility? Were you settled at some point? What happens then in those few minutes, which I'm sure feel like an eternity, right before you actually stand up and do what you did?
Yeah, it was, I can't lie and say it was not nerve-wracking in the moment when I realized, okay, the speaker is on stage. I have 5 minutes to get up and disrupt. But as you mentioned, just like the whole time I was just muttering, Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatan min lisani yafqahu qawli, just repeating that. And also, I think throughout Ramadan, like this past Ramadan has been horrendous in Gaza. Like as we all know, like things have re-escalated. We've been seeing even more destruction than the months prior to that, and also just the fact that this Ramadan coincided with the Barzakh series being out, and just constantly having that daily reminder of the oppression that's being inflicted in Gaza. I think just having like grounding myself in the why, like why am I here, why am I about to stand up and do this and potentially face some repercussions. I think that grounding just limited that barrier between the intention and then the execution. Like I think just and that week especially was we had been seeing like some horrible images coming out of Gaza. So just having that grounding in mind that this is for a purpose, it is necessary, and then just muttering like um, calling to Allah and who has been on our side for the past month. I think I did not even feel that I had stood up and that I was by the stage. Honestly, like it just happened, and it was not until I was escorted out that I started like processing it. Like it, yeah, truly, like Allah just like gave that energy to just get up and get the words out there.